Hey everyone! If you don't know me already, my name is Kaylee, and I'm the owner of New Waves of Relaxation Yoga Services. And I'm here at the beautiful Vineyards right now, and I'm getting ready to show you just a sneak peek at what you can expect to see during this Vineyard yoga class. So it is all levels, so depending on your situations, whether it be lack of flexibility, or maybe bad hips or knees, shoulders, I am experienced in yoga, so I can help you find alternative poses to make this more accessible to you. And if you're one of the few coming for the day, I can also make it a slower flow if you prefer that over a speedy vinyasa flow. One of the things you might wish to have today is one block. In fact, I left mine over here, so I'm going to get it. You don't have to have blocks, but if you do have them available, I highly recommend using them. A lot of people think that using props such as blocks can make you look weak. But in fact, as the yoga instructor, I see that you're strong because you're letting go of your ego and you care about your practice as well as your physical body and how the poses can really affect your physical body. And sometimes that means bringing the floor closer so we can do the proper alignment in a pose, as well as making it feel more comfortable to us. Because again, we don't want to force ourselves into positions. We want to really feel good about what we're doing, like we're nurturing our body. So with that said, you can set your block to the side. You don't need it yet. We'll sit down onto our bums and sit comfortably. So that might be sitting cross-legged. You may have to sit on a block to heighten your seat, especially if you have low back pain. And you might wish to kneel on your shins. This will help you feel a little more lifted and energized. So whichever seat you have chosen, let your palms rest down. Close the eyes if they're not already. Take a few breaths on your own to center yourself. Let these be cleansing breaths to you, whatever that means. Now breathe normally. Check in with how you're feeling physically today. Scan your body from head to toe. What physical sensations come up and where? Pain here, tension there, maybe even openness. And now move on to the mind. How is your mind doing? Are you feeling awake today? Are you feeling lethargic? Are you having a fun time with family and really excited? How are you feeling mentally? And now, lastly, observe your breath. Without changing it, just notice how it's feeling as it flows in and out. You might even imagine that you're on a bank of a river and you're just simply watching that river flow. Let it just flow on by, just like your breath. Don't try to control this in any way. And now if you wish to come up with an intention for your practice or your day, now's a good time to do that. It might be just simply making the most of the day and spending time with family, or maybe it's nourishing your body through this yoga practice. Whatever it is, see it clearly right now in your mind. And let this be your fuel for your practice. So if things get challenging, trying, come back to this. Now we'll practice what's called samavriti. This is a pranayama technique that means equal inhales and equal exhales. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. After your next exhalation, breathe normally. Let the breath flow in and out without force or reservation. Softly open the eyes. And now we'll roll over to hands and knees. I did forget to mention, if you're at home, you might even want a blanket for your knees if it hurts to kneel. Plant your hands underneath the shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. So you create this nice tabletop-like position. Inhale, drop the belly down, lift the gaze up, concave your spine. Exhale, round the spine, press the earth away with the hands. Inhale, gaze forward and up. Exhale, round. Continue on your own, find your own rhythm. And now you can find some organic movement. So that's really kind of anything that feels good right now. You can continue what we were doing. You can maybe dip your heart down and then back up. Maybe even child's pose and back up. Just do whatever feels nice and therapeutic. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are, whatever it is you're doing. And then return back to your tabletop position. Walk your hands forward about 1 handprint, spread your fingers wide, and really press firmly down into your hands. And this isn't just the heel of your hand right here or the palm, but it's also underneath your knuckles and your finger pads. This will help take some of the wrist, the intensiveness off the wrist. Tuck your toes, lift the hips up and back, and start with deeply bent legs. Really bend them deep here. Keep pressing firmly into the hands, again, into those finger pads and knuckles too. And now we're going to roll the shoulders down the back. This is going to help bring your inner elbow, the eye of your elbow, forward. Let your head and neck just hang. You might even shake it loosely, yes and no. Next, inhale, come back to a tabletop position. Exhale, lower down to the knees. Now we'll find our way onto our belly. Bring your elbows down and try to track them underneath your shoulder. Forearms come down and they remain parallel to one another, so you're not grabbing your hands or crossing the arms. Now keep the back toes untucked and gently press the tops of the feet down into the earth. As you do this, you'll feel a little hover of the kneecaps. Keep pressing the elbows down, forearms down, palms down, maybe even the wrist too. Roll your shoulders down the back to create a little more lift and heart opening. And for now, we'll just keep our gaze directly forward in front of us. Take a few breaths here. Now try and squeeze your glutes to kind of descend your tailbone down towards your feet. It's almost like you're tucking your tailbone. One more inhale. Exhale, plant your hands where your elbows were. Tuck the toes, lift up to plank pose, and then up and back, down dog. One more inhale. Exhale, bend the legs, step, walk, or hop forward. Feet can be hips width or together. Bend the legs deeply again, and let the head and neck just kind of hang here. Let the arms dangle like ragdoll arms. And now you can even interlace the hands behind the back and try and extend the arms, pulling them back. And at the same time, pull the thumbs away from the low back. Head and neck can really fully release here. Maybe even shake it a little yes and no loosely. Now at the same time, we're going to try and roll the shoulders down the back, away from the feet. One, inhale. Exhale, thumbs touch low back, release hands. Fingertips come to the shins or palms to shins. Inhale, lengthen your spine, coming into an L-like shape. Exhale, bend the legs, let head and neck just totally relax. Inhale, rise all the way up, rooting your feet down as you rise. Arms up. Exhale, palms to heart center, palms together. Inhale here, keeping your gaze softly fixed in front of you. Exhale. If you are outdoors, try to really tune into the sounds you hear. In this beautiful location here, I'm hearing tons of birds. I'm hearing falcons and hawks in the distance. Maybe they're just hawks, but I'm hearing all of that. And now fine-tune your ears, like you're trying to tune in even closer, turning up the volume. What else comes up? Maybe it's a slight breeze, feeling the whistling of the wind. If your eyes are closed, softly open them. Release your arms along sides, palms forward. You can stay facing the front of your mat. I'm just going to turn to face you here. So for this one, we're going to try and bring our arms along the sides and really reach your fingertips down, like you're actually trying to grab something while you're standing up straight. That'll help really bring the shoulders down your back. And now try to find a little length in your neck. So to do this, you might imagine that the crown of the head is being pulled by a string upward, while at the same time you're reaching your fingers down to keep your shoulders down. Try and keep your gaze directly in front of you. That'll keep your chin level. And now, once again, we're going to squeeze the glutes, kind of like we did before in our Sphinx pose on our belly. But this time you don't want to tuck the tailbone too much and thrust your hips forward. It's just kind of a slight tuck, just to kind of slightly squeeze your glutes. Inhale. Exhale. Keep breathing. Observe how your shoulders are feeling right now. You might feel like they're really just pulling down your back. We're going to try and keep them there. Inhale, reach the arms in front of you with the palms facing each other. Exhale here. Keep those shoulders exactly as they are. Inhale, reach the arms directly up, palms still face each other. And now include your fingers and hands into the yoga practice, spreading your fingers, reaching up towards the sky. Again, keep rolling those shoulders down so they're not way up here near the ears. Rolling down, plugging in. Keep pressing the feet down with intention, like you're rooting down. Lift your kneecaps up. Don't lock the legs and knees. Just lift the kneecaps up to activate your quad. Exhale, arms in front of you, and then relax along sides. All right, now's the time where you may possibly want your block if you're using it. Again, you don't have to have it if you don't have one on hand, but if you do have it, you'll now turn to face one long side or side of your mat. Keep the block in hand. We're going to step our feet wide apart. Place the block on the highest level next to and slightly behind your right heel. And of course my terrain isn't the best for that. Now we're going to just kind of lengthen our legs again. So you're still rooting your feet down, lifting your kneecaps up, but you might feel like some of that weight's coming inwards towards the inner edge of your foot. Try to press a little more into the outer edge of your feet, and then imagine you're ripping the mat apart with your feet. Now, bring your hands to the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Interlace your hands behind the back again. Inhale, pull hands down. Start to look up so you open your heart up. Exhale, lead with your heart. Bow forward, head and neck release last. Continue to breathe here. Exhale, thumbs touch low back, release hands. Bring the fingertips to the ground. Walk the fingertips forward. Inhale here, find some length in your spine, rolling shoulders down. Exhale. To lengthen your legs more, try and imagine that you're sticking your butt out on purpose, like you're trying to reach something back there. And at the same time, pull that crown of the head forward to help bring your shoulders down. You might even gently kind of energetically press your fingers into the ground and pull them back towards your feet. They're not actually moving. This is more energetic. And on your next exhalation, you can fold forward again, walking hands more in line with legs. Bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale here. Now we're going to turn our right toes towards the right. So now it looks like our front heel is bisecting that back inner arch. Keep that block there. Mine just keeps falling over. Bend into the front leg and try and track your knee over that ankle. Press into the outer edge of the back foot. And again, we're going to energetically rip the mat apart with our feet. You'll really start to feel the back leg activate and even this front inner thigh kind of activate. Next, I'd like you to imagine that you're spinning your front thigh out towards the right. And as you do this, you'll feel a little tuck of that right butt cheek under. Extend your arms in opposite directions fully. Keep spreading your fingers, including the hands. Keep that gaze softly fixed over that front middle finger. We're going to just take a few breaths in Warrior Two. One more inhale. Exhale, we'll bring that front forearm down to that front thigh and circle this top arm in front of the face. Reach the fingertips forward. Now, keep pressing into that bottom forearm so you're not just sinking everything down here. You want to press into it to keep lifted. If you're still open and wish to take it further, that's where you're going to bring your hand onto the block on any level to the outside of that front foot. If you have even more space, you're welcome to bring the hand to the floor, or even bring your right arm underneath the front leg, wrap the left arm behind the back, interlocking fingers for a bind. Again, this is an all-level class, so I'm trying to include some of you more experienced folks out there. Next, inhale, we'll release the bind if you're in it, and rise up back to Warrior Two. Exhale, back hand goes down the back leg. Try and keep that front leg bent. Reach that front arm up. Continue to breathe. Really stretch out your side bodies. Inhale, return to Warrior Two. Exhale, now we can finally straighten that front leg. That should feel nice. Heel toe that back foot in. Inhale, extend arms again. Lengthen your legs. Exhale, kind of bump your hips back like you have some attitude going on. Keep the legs straight. Inhale again, reaching the arms. Exhale, front fingertips pull you forward, and then the hand comes down to the shin, block, floor on the outer edge of the foot. Whatever works for you, but try and keep your legs straight. If they start to bend, that's when you're going to have to use some props or bring your hand upwards a little more. Keep reaching this left arm up. Again, including the hand, spread the fingers, reach the fingertips up. And now spin from the pit of your belly to kind of find this twist-like motion. Next, inhale, really root the feet down, rise up to stand. Exhale, we'll turn those front toes forward now. Stay in your wide-legged stance. We'll take another wide-legged forward fold. You're welcome to just keep your hands in line with the feet for this, or interlace the hands again. If you're with me, we'll inhale, pull the arms down, look up. Exhale, lead with your heart, dive forward, hinging at your hips. Take a few breaths. Exhale, thumbs touch low back, release hands. Inhale, walk fingertips forward, again sticking your butt out. Exhale, fold, hands to inside of the feet. Hands to hips. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale. All right, now we're going to do the other side. So if you just have one block, we'll move it over and turn our left toes out. Bend into that front leg again, tracking the knee over the ankle. And now pull the mat apart with the feet, but press down through the outer edge of the back foot. Don't push into the inner edge as much. Try and push to the outside. Now, once again, we'll spin that inner front thigh up and out, tucking that front butt cheek. So now you should feel a nice, like, open hip area here. Extend your arms fully. Keep the gaze over your front middle finger with shoulders relaxed. Soften your jaw. Return back to your intention that you started with, using that as fuel. Inhale. Exhale, front hand goes down to the front block or floor, or maybe you interlace. If this is all too much, of course, you can come right back to that forearm down on the front thigh. Take a few breaths. If you're with me, release the hands. All inhale, rise back up. Exhale, back hand goes down the back leg. Reach that top arm up and back. But keep bending in your front leg. For some reason, we like to straighten here, so keep it bent. Next inhale, come back to your warrior two. Exhale, finally straighten that front leg. Heel toe back foot in a little bit if needed to keep both legs comfortably straight. Keep your block there, you might need it. Press into the outer edge of the back foot again, and once again, pull the mat apart with the feet. Extend the arms fully in opposite directions. Inhale. Exhale, bump the hips back like you have attitude. Inhale. Exhale, front fingertips reach forward and hand down to the block. Top arm reaches up. If you keep doing that action of pulling the mat apart with the back outer edge of your foot, you'll really start to feel kind of this side low back area. Next, inhale, rise back up. Exhale, turn the toes forward, hands to the hips. You can step or hop your feet back together. Now we're going to come into the cool down, because again, this is just a sneak peek. You don't get the whole class unless you come. So you don't need your block anymore. You can set that off to the side. Now sit down onto your bum, facing the front end of your mat, legs bent, feet to the ground. Place your hands behind the thighs. Inhale, find length, rolling your shoulders down the back. Exhale, start to round the spine, chin to chest, hanging back. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, round. One more, inhale, forward. Exhale, round. This time you're going to slowly roll onto your back, one vertebra at a time, as best you can. Keep the legs bent, feet to the ground. Now we're going to roll off to the left side. Keep your head down onto the ground. If you need a blanket here, or even to roll up the back end of your mat for a little extra support, you can. Otherwise, we'll extend our arms out in front of the face with palms together. We're going to do this more mobility type exercise, so it's going to be coming into a twist. But during this twist, let your body just kind of flow. Don't worry about holding a very tight twist, keeping your knees down on the ground if they don't stay. Okay, here we go. Inhale, we'll reach that top arm out and up. Open it up. Exhale, slowly bring the palms back together. Inhale, slowly open. Maybe the gaze follows that top hand. Exhale, slowly return back. Continue on your own. Take one more round. When you're finished, palms will meet together. onto your back, and you might have to push the feet into the ground and bump your hips back to a centered position. Roll off to the other side. I'm just going to turn to face you. Extend the arms out in front of you again, and when you're ready, continue that same movement. Take one more breath. Palms meet when you're finished. Roll onto your back once again. Push your feet into the ground if you need to bump your hips back to center. From here, we'll bring the knees in towards the chest, hands to the knees. Keep your fingers pointing towards the toes here. Exhale, hug the knees in tight towards the belly. On an inhale, you're going to let the arms fully extend, knees away from the belly. Exhale, hug them in. Inhale, extend them out. Keep going. As you're doing your exhales, you might feel like you're forcing the air out with that hug. Next time your arms extend, stay there. Now we're going to start to draw circles in one direction with the knees. Begin when you're ready. Use your hands to help. Switch directions. Come back to center and stillness. If you have the flexibility, you can now reach for the outer edges of your feet, or even hands to the toes with the fingertips pointing towards the heels. If this is uncomfortable, you might even wish to bring your feet down and knees out in a Supta Baddha Konasana or reclined butterfly. If you can, grab a hold of your feet, do that. And really bring the shoulders down towards the ground, rolling them down. Try to bring them as close to the ground as you comfortably can. They may not touch today, but eventually. You can stay in stillness here if you wish, pressing the feet into the hands, while at the same time pulling your hands down. Or maybe eventually you find a little movement, like straightening one leg, both legs, rocking side to side, just like our cat-cow position earlier from tabletop. Let it feel good to you, whatever that means. Come back to stillness. And now let go of the feet. Drop the legs down, feet down. Extend the legs long. Bring the feet about as wide as your mat. Let the toes kind of sway outwards so you know that the feet and legs are really fully relaxed. Now gently just kind of squeeze your glutes and lift your hips up just to squeeze the glutes. And then relax. This will help kind of bring your tailbone in place. Now roll your shoulders down the back. You'll feel like you're creating this shelf for your heart. It'll help you breathe into the lungs better. Keep the arms along the sides, and kind of like our standing mountain pose earlier, pull the fingers down, and then relax everything. Now imagine the crown of the head is reaching up and back, but try not to let the back of your neck touch the floor. You want a natural curve. Relax everything. Sway your jaw side to side and open your mouth making O's and S's. Stretch out the corners of your mouth. Then let your mouth fully relax. It may even be slightly open. Cheeks relax. Forehead relaxes. Once again, through this, observe your breath like it's a flow of a river, not controlling it in any way, observing it and letting it go. You may even wish to do the same with any distractions, the monkey mind. Just imagine it's flowing down the river. Typically, we'd hold this a little longer, but since it's a sneak peek, inhale, exhale, sigh it out. Breathe normally. Gently return movement back to your fingers, toes, wrists, ankles, and anything else, like maybe reaching the arms up overhead, stretching. When you're through, roll off to one side to return to a fetal position. Gently press into your hands, rise up to a seat. Any seat that feels comfortable. It's important to gently rise because if you get up too fast or spinal rock up, it'll just get rid of all of that relaxation. Keep your palms together at heart center, relaxing the shoulders, finding length again. See your vision once more clearly, that intention for your day or practice. The light within me sees and bows to the light within you. Namaste. Thank you guys for trying this. Again, this is on Saturdays, 11 to 12, and the weather has been perfect. There's no humidity, no wind today, and it's about 72 degrees. So I'd say that's pretty perfect. Anyways, I hope to see you guys soon. You can sign up on my website. I also have a link in my Instagram bio if you prefer that. Just let me know. Bye.